Hey everyone, today we're really excited because Anycubic is finally showing us the, the Chiron printer, which looks fantastic. It has a large build volume, 400 by 400 by 450, which is really great. It looks like it's going to be a single Z-stepper with a top joining band, uh, and then or it might be a dual Z, but they have a band on top to keep them synchronized, which is really good. It has a back case on the LCD. Oh my god, they finally put cases on the backs of their LCDs. Looks like it's going to have a really nice quick connect so the assembly is going to be super easy. It doesn't quite show where the power supply is. I imagine it's integrated somewhere. It's going to have a touch screen, which is at an angle. It looks like an all-in-one design, which is great. But some things about the design, other than just having the Ultra Base, of course, that I think are really good. Look, it's got 6 wheels on each side, 12 wheels. That is the optimum design. If you guys have followed me, you know I always slag on these wheels that aren't parallel to each other. There are only 4 wheels. See how the two Y bars are far apart? That means your bed leveling is going to be much, much easier. And then, of course, they're including their terrible probe, but presumably it will work, we hope. But even if you don't use the probe, that design doesn't need a probe because it's really solid. That is, other than having dual linear rails like that, that is the best design for a bed. And obviously being a larger bed, it's going to have that, but I wish they would do that even for the smaller beds, because by moving those Y extrusions apart, what you're doing is you're giving yourself much finer control of the bed leveling, and you need that because remember, you've got to get your bed leveling accurate to like 0.15 millimeters all the way across. It's got a filament runout sensor. Those are problematic. Who knows if it'll work. But what's nice now is actually go and show us the machine for real. Full SD card, not a stupid tiny one. Look at those connectors. Quick connects for everything just works. It's a really nice design, I have to say. Okay, look, they've got the ladder for the cable. Usually have to print that, so they're just doing that for you now. Okay, there's the left Z stepper. You know, I don't really see how this can fail. It looks really good. It's just a good basic design. I would like the magnetic removable beds. I think that is probably the optimal bed. The problem with the Ultra Base is there can be sticking issues. There can also be issues if you try to use the resume from power out, like they're talking about now. The resume problem is your piece will lose stickitude and just not stick anymore, so when it comes back on, you might not have your piece again in the right position. I hate the metal boxes. Why don't they just go to a more Pet's Fang? At least you can see the nozzle pretty clearly on their design. That's very important because you need to see the nozzle for the bed leveling. Okay, here they show the Ultra Base release. It's very easy, of course. But more importantly, look at the quality of that print. That's probably a 0.1. Probably took them 30 hours to print that like that, but it does look good. I have to give it to them. It does look really clean. And having no artifacts from such a large bed, that's very, very good. So overall, oh, there's the power supply. It's just under the right side of the bed. Overall, a great printer. They're showing it does support TPU, which is really good. The big question is just going to be the price. How cheap can it be? So I would say if it comes out at $399, I would probably consider it because it's a step up from a base CR10. If the print quality's there, if the parts are good, reliable, it's a better design than a CR10. It really is. CR10S is probably comparable, but those are pushing, $550 to $600. So I like it. I want to get one in and start playing around with it. I think it's a great printer. We just have to see hopefully I can get the price out of the door at a really good competitive price. Thanks everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's episode of Gia's 3D Prints.